Hi guys and girls, welcome back again to my channel and my Facebook page. So I actually need a good massage. Carrying this book bag is like so I'm well overdue for a massage, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about the American Psychological Association, also known as APA 2020 convention that's coming up in 2 years, and I'm planning to attend. I'm planning to be in attendance there. And for you guys who don't know, like I said, APA is an acronym that stands for the American Psychological Association. So it's an organization that comprises psychologists, students, up-and-coming psychologists, just people who are interested in psychology. So anyone can join, whether you are in a psych student or not, or you're a psychologist or not, anyone can join. But hi, Zaid. So it's a professional organization. Every profession has their professional organization. The marriage and family therapists have theirs. School psychologists have theirs, and of course, as psychologists, in terms of general psychology, we have our organization, our association. Our within the profession. Something that unites us and keeps us congealed. So. Granted that every year they host an annual convention, and this year they hosted the 126th conference. 126. That's like pretty outstanding if you ask me. But I didn't go. It was actually in San Francisco this year, and I believe they host their conventions in the fall. And I wasn't able to attend. I mean, I wanted to, and I guess I could have, but I felt like I didn't have anything to bring, like to present. So if anything, I probably would have went as an attendee, but they encourage us in our program to, present research, whether it's a lit review or empirical research that we've collected and analyzed, ourselves. They encourage us to go to these conferences, whether it's the APA convention, or they have so many different conventions, especially out here on the West Coast. They have one for LA, they have one for California. Like, they just have so many different types. They also have one, the ABPSI, the American Psychological Association for Black Psychologists. They have their own convention. So I'm going to get more involved, as I begin to collect more research and conduct more research. But hey, I feel like I'm just kind of getting started, and I am a G3 student, so I'm my third year of my PhD program. And, some of my classmates actually attended the one last year. I believe it was in DC in 2017. This year was in San Francisco. Next year is going to be in Chicago in 2019. And then the year following, 2020, is actually going to be brought back to DC. Interesting enough, I noticed they don't have conventions, APA conventions in New York. I'm like, why y'all skip over New York? Y'all just kind of go all around the country and just kind of bypass New York. But who knows? I don't know why they skip over New York. And even LA, they host it in San Francisco, but they don't host them in LA. Okay, so this video is gonna, I'm gonna talk about my interest in the 2020 convention, which I really plan to attend. Like, I plan to be there. And I want to kind of put it out there in advance, 2 years in advance, to, maybe garner you guys' interest in attending the convention, because I think it's gonna be pretty nice. I mean, I've heard a lot of great things. I've seen pictures of the previous conventions. Now this year, I saw some pictures of the convention, and I'm looking at like my classmates, their pictures, and I'm like, it seems kind of like it was. I don't know. It seems like it was kind of skimpy. Like, it seemed like not too many people attended, but I don't know. Maybe they took the pictures in the beginning, when they were just setting up and no one was there. So that would make perfect sense. But from what I hear, I need a wax, y'all. Excuse me. I get distracted. But from what I hear, like, a lot of people attend these conventions, the APA convention. Like, thousands and thousands of people attend from what I hear. So I'm like, you know what? I need to be there. And so right now I'm actually planning what I'm going to bring to the table when I attend the 2020 convention in DC. Now, I did some research, and I discovered that they actually have a black president. Like, that is big. And not only is the president of APA, the American Psychological Association, black. Why you laugh? Who is laughing? What's funny about having a black president? cue me in on laughter because I love to laugh, But yeah, I heard that, not only is the president of the APA association black, but it's a female, you guys. A black female is president of APA. Like, that is big, y'all. That is humongous. Her name is Dr. Jessica Henderson Daniel. Jessica Henderson Daniel. That's a mouthful. Dr. Jessica Henderson Daniel. She is the president. And I found out that she is actually the first black female president of APA. I'm like, wow. Now, I don't know how long the terms last for them serving as president or on the board, but that is pretty impressive, I think. And I learned that she also has an affiliation with Harvard University. I think the medical school. She's a professor there. And she also has an affiliation with Children's Hospital in Boston. So I'm like, okay, she's doing great things. And that just inspired me, because I don't know why I thought maybe the president would be any other race outside of black. But yeah, we have a black president of APA. I'm like, kudos. Now, I also learned that there's a president-elect. So I guess her term is coming to an end, which means, they're going to have a new president that's going to take her place. And the president-elect is also black, a black female. I think her name is Dr. Rosie Phillips Davis. So I'm like, okay then. I feel good. Y'all don't know what that means. It's good to have black representation in positions of power, So I'm like, okay then. I feel pretty good about that. Kudos to them. Kudos to the black race. We are rising. We're doing great things, you guys. I love it. I just love it, you guys. So, okay. So aside from that, I want to talk to you guys briefly about what I plan to bring to the APA convention in DC in 2020. So typically, like I said, they encourage us to present our research at these conventions. But for me, I think I am going to present my research, but it's going to be in a different format. I don't necessarily want to be a researcher, in terms of an exhibitor with the other researchers. I don't want to do that. I want to be with the vendors, because I know they have a space for vendors there. So I want to be with the vendor. Well, she probably laughing at my mustache growing in. I noticed that today. I'm like, oh, I need to wax. Hey, and all females have hair all over their body, by the way, if you guys didn't know. We all have hair all over our bodies. It's nothing new. Men, their hair grows a little bit thicker than women, but everybody got hair over their body. We are mammals, you guys. So, yeah, it's just something I need to do. Okay, so you can laugh. I don't care. But anyway, so, yeah, I was like, I don't want to attend the conference in that capacity where I'm a researcher standing by my poster and just... Because what I hear, as students, we only get 1 hour on the floor. I'm like, okay, y'all go way to San Francisco. I think that's 6 hours away driving to stand for 1 hour near your poster. And for what I learned, it's not that many people came by their posters. 3 to 4 people stopped by. I'm like, fuck that. And I don't really know how much it costs. I forget what the fees are. But still, not even about the registration cost, because I don't think it's really that much, but just the investment of time, and travel to just go to a conference where only 1 hour. I'm like, nah, I want a full day. Give me an entire day. I'm a little bit different. That's just me, y'all. And I guess because I'm kind of speaking from a different perspective, because I myself, as the owner of a literary organization, I've hosted conferences myself, and I understand the inner workings of it, and even the behind the scenes, how it works and everything. And yes, a lot goes into putting on those conferences, but from the exhibitor's perspective, it's just you are charging this fee for a person to have this platform, right? Take advantage of this platform with all these people coming, and yet you only get 1 hour. It's like, if anything, the host of the APA convention should take that into consideration. Now, maybe I guess it's so many students there, so they have to just give us little like time blocks of time, and they only can have enough time for 1 hour. But I'm just like, what's 1 hour? That ain't nothing. I need more than 1 hour, to do what I want to do anyway. And so, yeah, I want to be like in the vendor section, or maybe have my own room so I can do a presentation. So I can like run maybe hour-long presentations throughout the day. Like, that's where I see myself. That's where I see myself fitting into the APA convention. So I'm going to have to like see what's going on. And yeah, like that's where I want to be, because I mean, yes, I'm a researcher, but I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can see myself by that time. That's the reason why I say, okay, I think I may go to the one in Chicago 2019, but I definitely will be prepared to attend the one 2020 in DC. Why? Because by then I will be complete with my research, my dissertation. I will have defended my dissertation, and I will actually have a finished product, which for my dissertation, I plan to publish into a book, and like I said, for you guys who have been following my page, my research is much bigger than just research. Like, I have a whole website that I created, and like a foundation organization surrounding my research. So I'm going to actually create programs to do some work within the African American community, and not just in African Americans, but in African people throughout the diaspora. So I know y'all probably looking at me and listening like, damn, like she just trying to do too much, or no, this ain't too much for me, y'all. That's the thing. It's like, this is the thing. The people in my profession, or even the people on the outside looking in, y'all got to understand something about me. I am different. So I know it may bother you guys when y'all hear me talk and y'all just like, she's just so ambitious, and because they so pathological, and they always pathologize everything, right? And try to diagnose and put labels on people. So they may say, oh, wow, she's manic, or she's this. Like, no, I'm not manic. Like, this is just me. Like, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a go-getter. I'm a change maker. That's something y'all gonna have to accept. It may not sit well with y'all because y'all used to students kind of just matriculating through a program and kind of getting by with the bare necessities, just doing the bare minimum to get by. Danielle Leach ain't me. That ain't me. I always go up and beyond. Like, I always perform and do well, and I set myself to higher standards than like the average. That's just who I am. That's the core of my being. That ain't gonna change. So I feel like when you try to put a cap on me, like you're trying to limit me, and that makes me feel some kind of way. But yeah, so I know it may, like I said, I may kind of make you guys feel a little bit unnerved, but I guess I'm an anomaly, as they call it. I'm just different than the norm, and that's something that y'all gonna have to accept in the profession. That this girl, she is like one of a kind. She is different, and when y'all come to accept that, things will become a lot easier. Like, between me and you, like, things like you guys are who are watching this, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, whatever. Come to accept it. I think that's one of the things that my ex in my previous relationship, I don't want to go too much off tangent, but I mean, it does relate. It's like, I don't know, maybe he was used to dating mediocre females, so like dating me, he's just like, damn, maybe he felt like he had to compete, or he just couldn't keep up, or he kind of maybe like being alongside me make him feel a little bit mediocre. I don't know how he felt, but I can kind of get a sense. It's like he was not, I don't know, comfortable, because like here I am in the PhD program. He didn't have any academic degrees, but he was a veteran of the U.S. military. I don't know. It's just, hey, I ain't about to shrink in size to make somebody else feel better, because I am who I am. That's why I think I fit so well in New York City, because when I'm in New York, I am challenged. Like, there are most people probably in New York are doing way better than me. They're business owners, like they're multimillionaires, like they are doing it. And I aspire to like, be who they are, in a sense. Anyway, not to be like exactly who they are. I have my own path, of course, but they hustlers, man. They game changers, Same thing with Atlanta. That's the reason why I was in Atlanta, because it's the black Mecca. You have so many black people. They doing it like they set the bar high for themselves. I'm used to being around people like that. I ain't used to like the mediocre shit. That ain't me. So as far as what I plan to bring to the table at the APA Convention 2020 in DC, yeah, I can see myself maybe having my own room and doing presentations, like hourly presentations. My focus, as you guys probably already know, is on Black identity development and acculturation in African American parents and implicit racial bias in children. So I'm probably going to do some topics or discussions around that, like I like the way my mind works. Like I have so many different ideas just going through my mind, and like, oh my gosh, like I am just swarmed with different ideas. It's a good thing. I love that feeling. I don't like the feeling where I'm just kind of stumped for creativity, and I'm just like, okay, just I don't know. My creativity is like dead end. I don't like that feeling. So I like the feeling where I have like 10 different ideas for what I can do at the APA convention going through my mind. Like that's what makes me feel comfortable in my own skin. And so I don't want to put them out there because I might try to steal my ideas. But yeah, y'all have a general like idea or gist of like kind of what I'm gonna bring to the convention, and I can see myself, of course, gathering a large number of crowds, because I just like to impact people. That's me. And being that I know that the APA convention attracts a certain kind of crowd of people, I don't think it really attracts the general public, let alone certain segments of the African American community. So I kind of want to reach out to those segments of the African American community and even other populations within America that aren't necessarily or usually attracted to the APA convention. I want to bring them in to the APA convention. That's what I want to do. So how am I going to do that? Okay. Well, of course, I have my own following. And so I can see myself connecting with people who are interested in the particular work that I do, right? And then getting them to sign up to see me in person. And that would be the perfect place for them to be able to meet me, like to be able to get copies of my book. And it's not just about the book and me selling stuff, because I can make money different other places. So in a book, like you make so much money from selling books anyway. But that's just like something tangible they can be able to take away. But aside from that, like people who are interested in certain topics that I'm going to bring to the table at the APA convention, which I already know people are interested in because I have a presence on social media and I talk about these things all the time on my social media page. So if you guys are a little bit curious, then just check out my Facebook page and you'll probably get a general idea of kind of some of the topics I'm thinking about bringing to the APA convention. But yeah, I can definitely see that. And it won't just be like a lecture, me just, pouring it all my night. It's going to be more like interactive. I like to engage the audience. I like to like make them happy and put smiles on their faces and just let them have fun, and maybe we can play games, but it's still educational, get them involved. Like that's what I want to bring. I can see this happening where like I have a room and it's maybe like 100 people, or maybe, I don't know, maybe smaller group. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Maybe a smaller group of 25 or 50, depending on what I want to do. And I can just get them so engaged in this whole activity, that I have in mind. And I can just see, and it's going to be, of course, it's going to be related to psychology. That's the whole focus of the convention is psychology, But, yeah, and I can basically get them to sign up through me to attend the APA convention. So what I would do, because I know these people ain't going to go to no APA website and buy no tickets to attend, because I believe that even if you're not presenting or an exhibitor, that you still have to purchase tickets to go inside. I don't think it's free to the public. And so with that being said, what I would do, because I know these people, like the people I'm thinking about, the population I'm thinking about, they ain't about to go to no APA.org website and go purchase no tickets to attend this convention. I just don't see that. Now the sun is changing, so let me have to readjust. Yeah, so I doubt they're gonna do that. So that's where I come in, because I'm going to. Oh my gosh, it's so overexposed, y'all. It's like really bright out here. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, that's where I come in, because I will give them a chance to be able to sign up through my research website at BeHappy.org, spelled BIHAPI.org, to attend this event where they can see me and be able to participate in these different activities that I host. And that's how they can be able to pay. And what I will do in advance is just buy all these tickets. So I will buy all these tickets and basically kind of work as a middleman, through APA, and buy all these tickets. I don't even know how much the tickets are to attend the APA convention. I don't know, $50. So I would just go and buy, I don't know, let's say a handful of tickets, 50 or whatever, and then just sell them. Not that I'm trying to make a profit. That's not the purpose. I would probably sell them. Let's say if they're $50, I would probably sell them for 60, because, hey, I don't know. Or I have to write them to see, can I do this, first of all? Definitely, I have to check in with them, see if I can do this, and then go forward with it. But this is just something that I have in mind, And so if I can't sell them for a higher price, then I will just sell them for the actual price. But the whole purpose is just so that I can act as a liaison, for these people who would not, usually or typically go to the APA's website to buy tickets to the APA convention, because they feel like, okay, this ain't got nothing to do with me, but I am going to package this event in a way, especially my portion of the event, in a way that is going to make them interested in coming. And they are going to want to buy tickets, through me. Or they can just go to the APA's website. Maybe APA feel more comfortable with people just buying directly from them, whatever. But I feel like, okay, it wouldn't it be easier just if you have people just buy tickets in bulk, and then they just, collect the money back, on the back end. So that's what I'm thinking about. Okay, so let's see. That's that. And yeah, I can see it being a really nice turnout. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. Another thing that I was thinking about that I want to talk about briefly before I end this video is like this whole perception of psychology or psychologists. Because, you would be amazed how different segments of the American population view psychologists, or even view the field. Like, we know there's a lot of stigma surrounding psychology. A lot of people don't see it like in a positive light. And that's the reason why a lot of people don't even want to step foot in a therapist's office, because they just like, I ain't about to go telling people my business. Like, And then you got some people that look at psychologists and like, they look like they more jacked up than me, Or they don't even look like real people. They look more robotic-ish, like robots, or just, I don't know, like just dead, Like, I remember like that was kind of my perception somewhat of some psychologists like many, many years ago. It just seemed like they're just sad and depressed and just kind of like a robot and robotic. And I don't know, just like not the ideal that I wanted to necessarily aspire to. Not to say that was like my view of every single psychologist, because of course I've had some positive representation of psychologists, where, maybe I'm biased, but like the black psychologists seem to be a little bit more happier. Not to say all black psychologists, of course. Even one of the directors of my program that I attend, like, I think she is a good representation of a psychologist in a way, because, she's like, I'm going to be straightforward. She's sexy, she has like this sex appeal. She's kind of hip, and she's actually older. I think she's like in her 40s. Yeah, I think she's like in her 40s, and she's like real hip, and she's in shape. Physically, she looks beautiful. I'm like, that's how psychology should look. Not that everybody got to look like her, but if y'all get the gist of what I'm saying, like, look healthy, look vibrant, like be energized, not walk around with these big coats on, looking like all serious and whatever. Of course, I think we all have our different personalities, so not everybody is going to be all, happy go dandy and, energetic or whatever. But I just feel like there needs to be a different kind of representation of psychologists in our field. Like, it really does. You know what I'm saying? Because the way a lot of people look at psychologists, they feel like, okay, you got to be a certain way. And that can affect recruitment into PhD programs or even psychology programs at undergraduate level. Because people are like, oh, I got to be this way just to be a psychologist. I don't want to be that way, Like, you got to be all rigid and cold face looking, and all of them just look sad and stressed out. Like, come on, like this ain't nothing new. I'm not just creating stuff just to say it. Like, you look at it. Just go on these websites where these psychologists are featured. I think like Psychology Today, and just look at some of these. Like, some of them actually put like good profile pictures, so that I don't know, that might not be a good representation of how they actually look. But if you see some of these psychologists in person, like, they look like they need a, everybody need a therapist, of course, but they look, they really need a psychologist, because they just look stressed and like, nah, you know. And I feel like there's this idea that, oh, psychologists aren't like, can't be human beings. You can't be sexual beings. You know, you have to just suppress your sexual identity. And I'm just like, that ain't me. So I definitely want to change the field, the perception of the field in that respect. And I was even thinking about, even when I was on the bus on the way over here, I was thinking about, actually, when I go to the APA convention in 2020, is to create this like informal kind of survey, to do some little bit of research, you know, kind of informal research on the public's perception of psychologists, so we can actually have real data. So it's not, so y'all don't think that, oh, she's just making this up, you know, but we actually have real data from people outside of their profession. I ain't interested in knowing what psychologists think of themselves. I'm interested in knowing how other people in the regular, you know, general public see psychologists. And so I would create this survey, bring it to the APA convention, and hopefully I can get some regular people there, you know, because it seems like a lot of people that are there are within the profession, you know. So yeah, and see what they think. And then, I don't know, I could perhaps do a pre-post test assessment. So I would assess them in the beginning, and then maybe offer some type of, you know, intervention, maybe a seminar, you know, to give examples of real psychologists, so to speak, you know, just different kinds of psychologists that you aren't used to kind of, you know, being exposed to kind of distort that perception a little bit, and then do a post assessment and to see if anything changed. I mean, that's just my ideas. Like I say, my mind, the way my mind works, because I'm a creative, like, I'm always thinking of so many different ideas. My wheels are always turning. And that's probably part of the reason why I think I like to kind of be alone sometimes, because that's where my creativity comes. Like, when I'm just kind of like alone in my quiet space. It's not so much when I'm like in interaction with other people, but that can happen too. But I like it when I'm alone, because my mind is quiet, and I get flooded with all these different ideas. But hey, I do have some work to do, you guys. Today, even though I've kind of been developing my dissertation lit review outline, officially today is when I'm about to actually start typing. I've taken like pages of notes that I've already collected and written down and everything. But those are just handwritten notes. Like, I have to actually type those notes up. And so today is the official day that I can say, yes, I am officially writing my dissertation lit review. And like, oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking, you guys. And I can see myself actually putting out about a good 7 pages today. Like, at the end of today, I'm going to have about 7, probably 7, good strong 7, 8 pages. And I'm thinking that I'm going to keep with that flow. And I say about every week, produce about 7 to 8 pages. And then, hey, by the end of the semester, because my deadline, my goal is by the end of this semester to have my lit review complete. And then I get ready to propose in the spring. So, hey, it's going to be all fine and dandy, you guys. I can't wait. But, hey, I'm about to end. Thank you guys for watching. It's just, ooh, all this sun. Like, so much sun. But thank you guys for tuning in. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.